Hello, boys and girls. This is Module 5, Lesson 11. I believe this is Thursday's work. We're going over on Friday morning before you're going to continue working on that social studies project. All right. I love this part of fractions. It's a big, aha moment for some people. And I really hope it clicks for you, because I think once something like this clicks, it makes a difference for some people. All right. So we are now shifting a little bit. Up until now, we have talked about each section of the fraction. We're still going to talk about the sections, but now we're going to know that the sections are actually, we're going to be talking about what's happening in between each section, okay? This is going to make rulers make more sense to you. Or if anything, the ruler might help this make more sense to you. All right. So if you look at this tape diagram, it is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, right? What you're going to do is pretend like you're traveling down. You're going from left to right, and you're traveling down this tape diagram. So when you do that, you're starting at 0, right? You're starting at 0. And we talked about this having 4 parts. So we're at 0 parts of 4. Okay? Now when we've traveled through one part, we are now at the end of the first part out of 4. Look at that. Now, we're not these are each 1/4 pieces. That makes sense. Here, I've traveled 1/4 of the way down the tape diagram. If I go from here to here, how many parts have I traveled down? 1/4 and 2/4. So now this is 2/4. Now look, it's just like a number line. 0/4, 1/4, 2/4. 0, 1, 2. Now if I keep going, I've now traveled down how many parts out of 4? I have traveled down 3 parts out of 4. And then when I get to the end, it's the very last part. I've traveled all 4 parts of the 4 parts. And when we see a fraction where you have the same numerator as the denominator, that is equal to 1 whole. And guess what? We have traveled the entire all the way down, 1 whole all the way down. Okay? Now, that's how to mark up the tape diagram as a number line. Then it says to circle the fraction that labels the point on the number line that also names the shaded part. So this is what we're circling right here. So the shaded part is 1/4 of the tape diagram. Let's do another one right here. So we're looking at 1 whole tape diagram. See if I can get there we go. 1 whole tape diagram. Let's see how many parts are in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 total parts in my tape diagram. So my denominator is always going to be 8. Okay, so don't get in the habit of doing this. I'd rather you do one fraction at a time. All right, so when we're at the beginning, we are at 0, just like you are on a regular number line. You're at 0. When I travel, this is my first 1/8. And then I travel another 1/8. Now I've traveled 2/8 or 2 parts of my tape diagram. So I'm going to label the entire thing just like a number line. See that? All right. Look at that. And look, we did the same thing. We've got the same numerator and the same denominator, which means we have 1 whole tape diagram. Look, 1 whole tape diagram, 1 whole tape diagram. The whole thing's done. And then we need to circle the fraction that labels the point on the number line where the names are shaded. So we've got 1 and 2. So we've got 2 parts shaded on our number line. We have traveled down that number line 2/8 of the way. Okay, just check your work. All right, and let us go to the next page, but it's going to talk about, I think, the first problem. Yeah. So this is on a different page, and I apologize, but let's see. It says here, the fraction represented in 1a is equivalent to the fraction represented in 1b. So I'm going to flip back. This is what I love about fractions. All right, look at this. These pictures are exactly the same. Do you see how they're lined up? So this is showing you that, look, 1/4 is the same as 2/8. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? So in class, what I do with my magical computer is I overlap them, and I'm able to show you that they are exactly the same amount. You've actually traveled down the same amount of the number line. Basically, on a ruler or on a number line, you're going to know fractions are equivalent when they are on the number line in the same spot. So if I took this picture and I put it on top of this picture, I would see 1/4 and 2/8. So if you're at home, of course you're at home, see if someone in your house has a tape measure, like one that you would use like to build something. Marissa, I know your dad has one. And look at it closely, because you're going to see fractions that are on the number line in the same spot. So that's what this is all about. Just showing you that when you travel down a number line or a tape diagram, your fraction equivalents are on the number line in the same spot. All right. I hope that helped you guys. Let me just go back and finish that other problem real quick. So you needed to show that basically this is the same as this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this 1/4 and multiply it into 2 parts. And look what happens. I'm going to go back over here. All right. Whew. So I am taking my 1/4, which is that first number line, and I'm going to show you that that 1/4 is the same as 2/8, because I'm taking my 1/4 part and I'm multiplying it by 2. Now, remember, when you multiply with fractions, you get more parts, but the parts get smaller. So now I have 2/8. I have more parts. I have 8 parts, but the 2 of them are shaded and the 2 parts are smaller. All right, hopefully that helped you guys. And hopefully this review each day from the day before has been helpful as well. Please let me know if there's something you want me to do different. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great day.